Mr. Speaker. The Queen is dead. And on behalf of the Ulster Unionist Party, I wished to pass on my condolences to the King, to his brothers, his sister, and the wider family on the death of their mother, their grandmother, their great-grandmother, our Queen. And what a Queen she was. 70 glorious and at times difficult years that heralded a new Elizabethan age, one we never knew we were living through until now. The Queen reigned through massive political, social and economic change, the decline of empire and heavy industry, the rise of the Commonwealth, the Cold War and the moon landings, war, terrorism, the growth of the internet. Throughout these changes and challenges, the Queen remained a constant, creating stability and a national focus. Her Majesty the Queen had a knack of remaining current, accessible, approachable in a changing world. Although she would stand with heads of state, with prime ministers, with presidents and with other kings and queens, she never lost her common, personable touch. Like many, I have met the Queen, and I look forward to some of the small, humorous quips that some may raise while we're here today. Yet I cannot. I cannot because I am deeply saddened by the loss of the Queen. There is grief that I feel, that many millions of people around the world are feeling now as I stand here. This is not something that I expected, because we all knew the Queen was getting frailer and we knew this time would come. Yet watching her just 48 hours before continuing to do her duty, nobody expected it to come so quickly. I read my oath of allegiance to the Queen as a young soldier aged just 16. I've served beneath the Queen's colours all my life. My transition from soldier to officer is marked by a royal commission to my Stormont office, signed by the Queen. As distant as the royal family could be, the Queen was ever present in our lives, in my life. I was in uniform on Thursday evening when I heard of her passing. Her Majesty epitomised service. That service and commitment to reconciliation on this island produced an extraordinary visit to Ireland in 2011, showing courage, leadership and generosity of spirit. She won the hearts of the Irish people, forging links between the United Kingdom and Ireland as never before. A kinship to these islands I hope we could rekindle once again. The Queen understood service. The award of the George Cross to the Royal Ulster Constabulary, the Conspicuous Gallantry Cross to the Home Service Battalions of the Royal Irish Regiment, as well as presenting colours to the Ulster Defence Regiment, all done in person, were crafted to recognise service. In shaking the hand of the late Martin McGuinness a year after a visit to Ireland, the Queen knew the symbolism of such an action. Although her family had been directly touched by the Troubles, she knew such a selfless act would generate a momentum to help heal deep wounds. Something we must all be thankful for, be us young or old. Many people don't fully understand a constitutional monarch, yet the Queen explains it in her own words the best, and I quote her: "I cannot lead you into battle. I do not give you laws or administer justice, but I can do something else. I can give you my heart and my devotion to these old islands and to all the people of our brotherhood of nations." Even as the Queen's health began to fail, we saw that devotion of duty and actions for the greater good of the nation. It was heartbreaking to see the Queen sit alone at her husband's funeral, who she'd been married to for 73 years. But she knew she had to do that for the good of this nation. Such was the example she set. So often the words of Queen Elizabeth II have comforted a nation in difficult times, and it is with her words that I will finish. To be inspirational, you don't have to save lives or win medals. I often draw strength from meeting with ordinary people doing extraordinary things: volunteers, carers, community organisers and good neighbours, unsung heroes whose quiet dedication makes them special. The Queen is dead. Long live the King.